YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Kai's dad here, Katie Gaming 5150. We recently started this gaming channel and I have been looking into ways to help make things more efficient with recording what's on the screen. And what I mean by that is, so if you're playing a Nintendo Switch or a Sony PlayStation or an Xbox and you're playing it on the TV or a screen or a monitor or whatever it is you're playing with, then how do you show that image on the video or this video? Here on the channel we've been making content, and some of the content that we're making is with the iPhone or an iOS device which has a screen recording feature. And you just go into the top right corner of your iPhone, you swipe it down, you hit the little red circle on there, and it starts recording what you're doing on the screen. So it's great for Pokemon Go because it's right there on the device and you're playing right on that device. It also works with iPads and also your computer. So if you're trying to record something on the computer that you wanted to show or that you wanted to display on the video that you're making or editing, it's very easy to do. However, on Nintendo Switch or the PS5 or the Xbox, it makes it a little difficult to do that. They do have slight capabilities for screen recording. The most limited one is the Nintendo Switch. It has a small capture button where you can capture an instant shot or a few second clip of what you just did, which is nice if you're trying to capture a specific highlight. But if you're trying to capture gameplay, such as something in Smash Brothers or something in Mario Party or any of those types of games where you kind of want to capture the whole entire match or the entire board game that you're playing, it makes it a little bit more difficult because you'd only be able to capture small highlights or simple pictures. Then you'd have to just talk about the rest. And you wouldn't be able to kind of do a playthrough or a enjoyable game with Kai and I creating a video to show all of you guys and play the game together on the channel. The Sony PlayStation has a little better version of that screen recording function. It allows you to record a decent segment. But then the problem comes in at that you might miss a certain function, or what happens if you're playing something and you forget to push the button because it's an afterthought. You push the button after and it records previous content that you were playing, which makes it a little bit difficult if you're trying to record something like Overwatch and you're trying to gather that exact moment when it was that you did an entire team defeat or team kill, or you're trying to capture the moment when you got the play of the game or whatever that is. And you have to think about it afterwards and hit that button to get it done. You can't just turn on the screen recording and then play the game and then have it record and then turn off when you're done. I think the Xbox is very similar. We don't play on the Xbox at this moment in time. We don't have an Xbox Series X at this moment in time. We have an older one, a Xbox Series 1. So I don't know how that works because we haven't been using that. That led me to research some equipment. There has to be something that we can get that will do screen recording. Something that we can put in between the PlayStation or the Nintendo Switch and the screen. So that way we can record it at any given time or any time that we want to. So I did some research and I found a couple of products from AverMedia and another company called Elgato. There's a couple of different types of pieces of equipment they make. Some that connect directly into a computer called an internal capture card. And some that connect to the outside of a computer, and those are called external capture cards. And then they also make ones called standalone or portable ones, which don't require a computer at all. All the hardware is built in. Now I wasn't too sure which one I wanted to get, but I did have this old MacBook Pro that Kai uses occasionally for some basic computer learning skills and other things for school. I wasn't sure if it was going to be good enough to run one of these video capture cards. I checked out the list of specs, so now I gotta check and see if this older MacBook Pro that I have is going to work with one of these external video capture cards. Let's go check it out. Alright YouTube, we need a computer. I have an older MacBook Pro, which is this guy right here. And it's what Kai uses occasionally, very seldomly, but this is it here, and it needs to have a certain spec. So I'm just gonna power it on real quick, and we're gonna check and see if it has the spec that we need. This is a 2012, late 2012, mid 2012, I'm not exactly sure. It's supposed to have a quad-core 2.6 gigahertz for one of these video capture cards that we need to be able to do the gaming channel in a manner that I would like to present and put on the channel. I'm powering this thing on. We're gonna see what it is. We're gonna find out if it will work. I'm hoping it's gonna work because then we can use something that we already have instead of having to buy something else or change something else. And the reason I decided to use a MacBook Pro or that type of system is because out here where we play games at this moment in time right here,
it would be very difficult to set something up like the computer I use for editing and then take it out and put it back and take it out, and every time I need to edit something, pull it out and bring it back. And that's just it's a little bit difficult to do that. So I don't really want to do it that way. I would like to be able to have this computer kind of stationary out here, and then when Kai needs it, he just kind of picks it up, because obviously we're not gonna be playing games every single step of every single day. And I'm hoping that we'll be able to get this video capture card, which I will show you guys, and we'll be able to use it with this computer. We're just trying to check out the specs on this thing. Go to the Apple over here, about this Mac, and then we go over here, and it says 2.3 gigahertz quad core Intel 7, 16 gigs of RAM, the NVIDIA GeForce GT650 M1 gigabytes. I'm not quite too sure if that's powerful enough for one of these capture cards, which leads me to believe that we are going to be doing this other capture card. So that's exciting. And the other capture card that I'm looking at is a sort of standalone one. I will get more in depth on that later, but I just wanted to find out if this thing will do what I need it to do.
All right, YouTube, so after I checked out that MacBook Pro, that 2012, mid-2012 Retina display MacBook Pro that I had, helped me decide whether or not I would get this version of the AverMedia one or this version of the AverMedia. So I ended up deciding to go ahead and go with the GC513, which is a portable or standalone unit, and that means that I can take it with me also when we go adventuring on the Adventure channel, and we can record games and other things while we're out, and you don't have to have it attached to a computer. So that is kind of nice. It is a little more expensive than the other card, but it does provide a little bit more options as well. I set out looking for one, and I went to Amazon. It's one of the places that you can find just about anything for. And I found on Amazon they have a open box version or Second Life version. I decided that maybe I should try this out. You save about $40-50 on it. Why not? Why not try and save some money if we can? And I ordered one. So it's coming, and I'll be doing an unboxing and review video on that in the future when it gets here, so stay tuned for that. If you guys liked the video, consider hitting the thumbs up button. If you guys are enjoying the channel, consider hitting the subscribe button. Thank you for gaming with us. Game over, and we'll see you guys on the next game. Consider clicking one of these other games that we do, and we'll see you guys on that game.